Has any of you, and this I'm addressing to our audience, has any of you experienced childhood poverty, or maybe know what childhood poverty is? We want to begin, by defining and describing what childhood poverty is, because poverty is relative. What is considered poor in one part of the world is not poor in another part of the world. I want to first start by welcoming DJ Moshfire. DJ, karibu sana.
Asante sana.
Okay, welcome. And I also want to welcome Steven JJ. Anasema tuko Mbinos Mbaya. Okay. Haya, sawa, karibu sana Steven JJ.
Is that another way of saying Dani?
Yeah? Yes, it's another way of saying Dani. Ama labda maybe Steven JJ ako na definition ingine atuambie. But today we're going to be talking about poverty. Lately there's been this trend of influencers, socialites, politicians, ex-politicians, like going on social media, showing bundles of money, showing jewelry, showing cars, and just, like throwing things to show that they're wealthy, which is what it's been happening. I mean, it's not a new thing. We also sometimes see it here in America. It used to be very popular within the hip-hop culture, like even in the music
started
videos.
Getting jacked.
Yes, and even in the music videos. So let me get started with you, Omosh. Childhood poverty, maybe give us your experience. Is this something that maybe even if not necessarily that you experienced it, but is it something that you may have seen with people experiencing poverty in childhood, and how did it look like?
My definition of childhood poverty, and I think that's where the problem, you asked me this question earlier, and I didn't know even how to answer it, because to me, from my perspective, I never experienced childhood poverty growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I think, to be honest...
So you guys were rich?
We were provided for. Everything that we needed was provided for.
Okay.
And by that, I mean the basics. There was a roof over the head. You had food, water, blah blah, sijui vitu kama sijui kukula chapo, sijui nini. Those things were there, at least, something that I didn't grow up with, which some people may find crazy. Birthday parties, sijui birthdays, sijui makeki.
So what would happen during your birthday?
Sasa unajipanga na Buddha.
Okay.
Unaenda kwa ofisi yake.
Yeah.
Now, when you go over there, sasa you go. Yes, you go. You state your case. In fact, you even bought for stuff.
Okay.
But the deal is, ukienda home.
Yeah. Umenyamaza.
Na unaambiwa unyamaze.
So unaenda kwa Buddha una justify. This is why I deserve soda.
Lakini si anajua ni birthday yako.
Okay.
Lakini hiyo sherehe ya watoi kama 6.
Yeah.
Ati siji kila mtu atafanywa sherehe yake.
Candles nini.
Ati siji birthday, siji invite the neighbors.
Madwiti, makeki.
Boss, didn't happen.
Okay.
Sijui baiskeli kwa nyumba.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. Sijui Lego. Didn't happen.
Sweet 16 car.
What?
Well, there's some people who consider themselves poor because they never got a car.
So that's why I say again, the definition it can vary. But then, from a realistical standpoint, then I look at my relatives who lived on the other side of the river. Because as guys, we didn't live on the Eastland side, even though I spent quite a lot of time in Eastlands because of my relatives.
Okay.
So I was the designated, caregiver with my sisters.
Okay.
When it came to nywele, kushukwa, sijui nini.
Okay.
And of course that auntie who does that.
Ulikuwa unashuka nywele?
Ngoja kwanza. Sinimalize story.
Oh, sorry. Umesema ulikuwa
I was the designated caregiver, meaning
like taking them to the salon or taking them to mama kushuka.
Nilikuwa napeleka Salem. Na huyo mama kushuka was an aunt, like my dad's, first cousin.
Yeah.
So yeye alikuwa nashuka. So mimi ndio nilikuwa naenda nao Islando, Salem, and then kurudi kupanda basi nini, it's me. Hiyo ndio ilikuwa kazi yangu.
Yeah.
And of course, when you go there now, you have to adjust. But you see a totally different side of the world when when you go to that side, and other relatives who lived in different parts.
What made that different? So what was the difference that you saw?
What was different was just ile concept ya kuwa na choo kwa nyumba.
Okay.
They didn't have, because ilikuwa zile nyumba za kupanga, what do we call it? Nyumba za Waswahili. See, is that what it's called? Ile you share a common bathroom.
Yes, yes, yes.
Common,
yeah, like
kitchen,
in Kisauni, you'll have
you
those.
know, so then every renter has their own room.
Yeah,
But
kama
then,
pia Shauri Moyo had those
Yes.
houses where you would share,
Yes.
you know, like bathroom facilities, for example.
and it was like a courtyard. So
Yeah.
there was a common courtyard, and pretty much that's where all the neighbors spent, you know. So each I guess whatever block you want to call it,
Yeah.
ilikuwa na choo yake na ilikuwa na ka jikoni,
Yes.
or akalika kitchenette, if that's what you want to call it, right?
Yeah.
Lakini, so I saw that was the first time for me to see that. Hizo ni vitu tulikuwa nazo kwa nyumba, you know. So you're like, hapa vitu ni tofauti. Alafu ni room moja, na hii room moja division ni ka curtain.
Ni curtain.
Yes.
So curtain ina separate bedroom ya dad and mom. Yeah.
na adults, alafu nikaa watoi hata wana bedroom,
Okay.
because it separates the bedroom or the big bed and then the kasofa.
Okay.
Juu sasa pale watoi wanalala, now it's up to you to wonder. And if they could find space, then maybe there was a kadabodeka kwa kona.
Okay.
Which was next, I mean, a room.
Okay.
You know, next to nothing. So for me, that was me witnessing poverty or seeing it from the other side of the world. Unless, you know, Ocha was a different story.